Welcome back to the second portion of Join Our Town. Thank you for joining us once again. I'm your host, Tammy Jo Johnson. Our guest for this segment is Tony Landis, Senior Director of College and Career Access and Success for the Ohio Department of Higher Education. He joins us today to share important information regarding career technical education, along with the benefits of a high school student attending a career technical center. Thank you so much for joining us today, Tony.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your position and your history with the Ohio Department of Higher Education.
Okay, well, actually, I've been in higher education for about 20 years now, starting out working at a university within student affairs. From there, I started to work at the Ohio Department of Higher Education, where I've been there for about 14 years, working in the areas of workforce development, economic advancement, as well as academic affairs. So I kind of have this world of policy and administrative experience at this agency. So yeah, that's it.
Nice. So tell us, okay, so we heard the term career technical education. Can you tell us what that means?
Career technical education are generally those educational programs for youth and adults that prepare individuals for the high skill, high wage, and high demand careers. There is a component within the, I think, in education period where it focuses on the academic aspects of education, which are more your general educational types of courses with English, mathematics, science, and social studies. Career technical education is that other aspect of education that zeroes more in on the career focus for a student who may be interested in pursuing that.
Now you just sat here and said 5 highs. You said high tech, you said high career,
yes,
high pay.
Yes.
What are those? Because I'm sure our students and viewers would like to know.
Well, they're the emerging fields where people talk about the middle skills jobs. And so these are professions in IT, professions in construction, the health areas, could be finance. Really within those health areas could be nursing, could be pharmacy technician, medical coding, medical assisting, those types of professions.
And I see a lot of different schools that offer that, especially here in Central Ohio. Yes. Is it safe to say that those particular subject areas and skill sets lead to greater employment upon graduation for a high school student, or is it just a separate area of study?
Well, it could. It really depends on what that student's focus might be. And if a student is focused on career technical education, one of the things that happens after graduation, they can generally find a job in that particular career field that they pursued as through their program, or they can actually continue on to where they can sit for a certified examination, which would be an industry recognized examination, so, or even a license. So if we look at nursing, for example, after somebody graduates from a nursing program, they have to sit for a licensing examination to become a certified nurse that allows them to work within that particular profession. Okay. So it can lead to a job, but it also depends on what the job market looks like and if there are a lot of jobs in that particular career field that that student is interested in pursuing.
Now, is there a lot of, and I'm asking this for a reason, is there a lot of networking that happens while that student is in that career technical education? And I'm saying that because a lot of times the misconception is when you go to school, you need to go to college to get a degree to get a job. But with some of these professions, especially IT, you really just need the certification. Is that true?
Again, it depends on what a student really wants to do. Obtaining that certification, it says that you have this skill level and that you can work within this particular career field. But an individual, many of the career technical jobs can lead to just the entry level of employment. And that's why it's a wonderful opportunity for us within the state of Ohio that students who are pursuing career technical education programs have the opportunity to gain college credit in many of the programs that they're in. So if a student says that I want to go beyond and maybe be a manager within the IT area, it can put them on that track of pursuing a college degree within that particular profession that can put them in a position to become a manager within the IT area.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot of benefits to that because if they get that good job with that company, there's tuition reimbursement, there's all type of things like that, right?
Exactly.
So what is the approximate of technical education centers in Columbus?
Well, in the Columbus area, looking at it in two ways. We have Ohio Technical Centers, which are focused on our adult students who are pursuing certificates or certifications in career technical education types of programs. You have the high school level, where you have many career centers, we call them secondary career centers, that students can be a part of at the high school level. And then you have your community colleges that are here in the Columbus area. Wow. That also offer career technical education programs and training. So a student, let's say for example, a student starts within a high school level and they want to pursue career technical education. Sometimes the instruction could be within that student's high school, but oftentimes there are career centers outside of the high school that a student may have to, maybe a portion of their day, go to that career center and participate in that career tech program and then come back to the high school in order to get the general education requirements that I mentioned earlier, to make sure that they fulfill a total educational experience.
Right, and that makes a lot of sense. I know one for sure, that's New Horizons here. That's a technical school here in Central Ohio. And I know that we're talking about high school students, but is it safe to say, especially in the IT field, like my son, he's coding and doing gaming and all that kind of stuff. Can a child in that, like middle school, get into one of those career?
Absolutely. Actually, there's a greater push now within our state and just in career technical education across the nation, to where middle school education are focusing on students in middle school to kind of direct them into a career technical education pathway is prevalent.
Right.
So we're seeing a lot of that to occur, starting to occur now. Before, many of us, and when we were probably coming up through the ranks, coming through school, that we looked at maybe home ec in middle school and wood shop, but those offerings are becoming much more broader, where we're looking at the 16 career clusters, again, the IT fields, the finance fields, and introducing those to middle school students a lot earlier before they reach high school, and we start to have this conversation about, well, here are some career technical education opportunities for you. So that conversation is happening a lot earlier now in the middle school.
That's awesome. And then so on the flip side of that, adults who maybe are done with school and they want to go back and get that certificate or something like that, how easy is that for them to?
Very easy. We have our community colleges. Again, we have our Ohio Technical Centers, which can offer those opportunities to either pursue a degree or pursue a certificate that leads to a certification in a career technical educational area. I mean, we're in a day and age now to where this is really lifelong learning for us. Just receiving a degree may not be the only thing that you need in this day and age to definitely fulfill maybe whatever your dreams and aspirations are now. We're in a society where we have to continually skill up in order to maybe reach our dreams and our goals.
And a lot of it is self-study, is self-directed. I know there's a lot of learning online where a student doesn't even have to leave their home, or they don't even have to pay for a course because it's offered online. But the disadvantage of that is, and correct me if I'm wrong, the technical credits can transfer to like a university, right?
Oh, absolutely. In our state, we have a robust credit transfer system where secondary career tech students can have the opportunity to gain college credit in every career tech program that's offered throughout the state to a community college, and really to any community college around the state, depending on how that program is set up within that particular school or within that school district. And even once that student gets to the two-year college level, they have the opportunity to, again, gain college credits that
even get their
can
degree
easily
early,
transfer,
right?
absolutely, to a four-year degree program. And so you do have instances where you have students who are in career technical programs who are finishing high school, with their graduating from high school with their diploma, as well as a certificate in a career technical education program, and in some cases, their community college degree.
Wow. And I mean, it's amazing because tell us, how has that had an impact on our community so far?
Oh, it's been a tremendous impact. You know, the message needs to continually get out there that there's an opportunity in career technical education, and students can pursue this opportunity, and it's easy to do. But I think you have more people participating, and ultimately the hope is that it's going to fill that skills gap.
Right.
We always have this conversation about there's a skills gap within our community, and really the jobs that are going to fill that skills gap are these middle skilled jobs, these IT jobs, these finance jobs, these jobs in healthcare, these jobs in construction. But that message needs to continually get out there that there's an opportunity for individuals to pursue these pathways, and in many cases make more or as much as somebody with a 4-year degree.
Right, and it makes a lot of sense. So, you know, speaking of that, tell our viewers how they can get that process going, whether they're a parent that's interested in that for their child, or if they're an adult that's looking to continue their education or get that certificate.
Definitely as a parent, they need to probably speak with the school, talk to advisors, to find out more about the programs that are available and offered within this particular career, within this particular educational pathway. And then for adults to see what's out there with the community colleges. You know, we're in the age of technology, so you can Google everything.
Everything, right, everything.
And, you know, so Google it up.
Yeah.
And really find out what may be in your area and offered in your area. One of the things that our state has put in place is OhioMeansJobs.com. Mm-hmm. And OhioMeansJobs.com is a great place for parents to go to, for students to go to, for adults to go to who are interested in what's my next career path, and find out what's on that site. I mean, there's many things that can lead them to understanding of the careers that are in demand within the state, the available programs that are out there specific to career technical education. There's even assessments on there that an individual can assess what they're passionate about and
Right.
find out what they're passionate about or what may be a best fit for them as they pursue an educational pathway.
And I found out, Tony, that there's also programs that would actually pay for this for them. If they're an adult and they don't have the funds for that type of certificate or education, there are programs that'll completely take care of that. Have you seen that?
Absolutely, and that's where many of the, again, looking at around the state, the one-stops. Now it's called the Ohio Means Job Centers. Okay. Individuals can go to the Ohio Means Job Centers and really find out from these centers, you know, what kind of funding may be available for me. Another place to look is at that institution that you may be interested in attending, to ask them what may be out there for me to help me pursue this opportunity of career education. Federal Pell Grants
Right.
is another opportunity that individuals can take advantage of.
Wow. Tony, we're out of time, but thank you so much. That was a lot of good information for someone that's wanting to further their education. I think it's amazing what you guys are doing in that department. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's our program. Thank you so much for watching. You can also check us out on Facebook at WSFJ-TV51. Join us again next week at the same time for Joy in Our Town.
This program has been sponsored by the Trinity Broadcasting Network and is made possible by your telethon dollars. Your continual support can keep Joy in Our Town coming to your home every week. Write to Joy in Our Town, 7790 North Central Drive, Lewis Center, Ohio, 43035.